Cash is very important to managing any business, even though we can say that cash is a lifeblood for organization or any institutions. Without cash management, we cannot be managed proper business organization. Extra cash or keeping idle cash in the business will be a cause of losses. Same as if you are keeping less cash in your business, maybe this is a cause of failure or insolvency of the business. So managing cash is really very important. Along with the cash management, we have to manage our marketable securities because the cash will be a part of short-term financing as well. In this video, we are going to discuss the same.
Professor, how much cash companies should keep to manage their day-to-day activities?
Let me show you the presentation. Cash and marketable securities. Introduction. Cash and marketable securities are the most liquid assets of a company. Cash is sum of the currency. Cash is the medium of exchange that permit management to carry on the various functions of the business organization. While marketable securities are defined as any unrestricted financial instrument that can be bought or sold on a public stock exchange or public bond exchange, such as commercial paper, bankers, acceptances, treasury bills, and other money market instruments. Motives of holding cash. This is a very important topic to understand. When we are understanding about the cash requirement in the business, we need to know that why we are holding cash in our business. This is known as motives of cash. Here we will discuss about the three motives of holding cash. One is transaction motive, to meet the cash need that manage day-to-day activities of the business. So it means when we are managing our day-to-day activities, we need cash in our business. So this is known as transaction motive. The second is precautionary motive, the having cash on hand for unexpected need. Precaution means something happens sometime in the organization. In that time, if we are not having enough cash, so we cannot be manage our business. So this is known as precautionary motive. And the third one is speculative motive, to take advantage of potential profit making situations. As we know that sometimes some situations are arising in the business. If you are having enough cash, you can get a good profit or you can manage your business in a better way to earn extra profit in your business. So this is the three motives. That's why holding cash or managing cash in the business is very important. Let's understand the objectives of holding cash. To keep enough cash on hand to meet disbursal need. It means whenever requirement, we have to be paid that money. To minimize investment in idle cash balances. These two are the basic objectives of holding cash. As a finance student, we knows that idle cash decrease risk of bankruptcy, but also decrease the profit potential of an organization. So organizations need to manage cash or cash flow in a proper way. Cash management. Company can manage the cash inflow with the understanding the following float system. It means the payment in delay. When we are going for a regular business in the business, we knows that we are not getting cash immediately when we are selling goods on credit. So this is known as floats. Like first one is mail float, length of time from the moment a customer's mail a check until the firm's being to process it. So this is the one float. The second processing float, the time required by a firm to process a check before it can be deposited into the bank. This is a processing means once we have a process to check that all checks are clear in a proper way, what we received, it is related to us, not to others, or it is related to this unit. So this is a process part. It is known as processing float. Now we are having transit float. Time required for a check to clear through the banking system and become usable fund. As you know that when you are depositing check in your account, you are not getting immediate money. It will be take some time. Banks are taking some time to verifying the check and then money is coming to your account. Immediately you cannot be use the money once you deposit the check. So this is known as transit float. Disburser or disbursing float occurs because funds are available in the firm's bank account until its payment check has cleared through the banking system. As you know that when you are giving the check to anyone, your check will immediately not convert it into cash. It will be take time. Money would be in your account until unless it will be not transferred to the other's account. So that is also known as disburser float. So these are the floats are available when we are managing the cash. Systems that help to reduce the above floats are lockbox system. Instead of mailing checks to the firm, customers mail checks to a nearby post office box. So a commercial bank collect and deposit the checks in your account. So we can reduce, this is mail float. The second thing is pre-authorized checks. Arrangement that allow firms to create checks to collect payments directly from the customer's account. In continuation, depository transfer check, it is known as DTC. It is very common or everyone understand about that. What is DTC? DTC moves cash from local banks to the concentration bank's account. Firms avoid having idle cash in a multiple banks in a different regions of a country. Like suppose you are having business in one state and you are dealing with a different state, so no need to keep account in each state. With one depository transfer check, you can manage your account. It will be reduce your floats. Wire transfer moves cash quickly between the banks, eliminate transaction. In continuation, zero balance account ZBAs. Different divisions of a firms may write checks from their own ZBA accounts. Divisions accounts then have a negative balance. Cash is transferred daily from the firm's master account to restore at the zero balance. Allow more control over the cash outflow. And the last we are having payable through draft. It is also known as PTDs. Allow the firms to examine checks written by the firm's regional unit. Checks are passed on the firms which can stop payments if necessary. Contemplation of marketable securities. Financial risk. Uncertainty of expected return due to the changes in issuer's ability to pay. It is known as financial risk. Interest rate risk. Uncertainty to expected return due to the changes in the interest rate. Liquidity. Ability to transfer securities into the cash. Taxability. Taxability of interest income and capital gain. Yield. Influenced by the previous four considerations. Type of marketable securities. Treasury bill. Short-term securities issued by US government is known as treasury bills. Federal agency securities. Debt issued by the agencies. There are many agencies, those are issuing federal agency securities such as Federal National Mortgage Association, Federal Home Loan Banks, Federal Land Banks, Federal Intermediate Credit Banks, and banks for cooperatives, etc. Bankers' acceptance. Short-term securities used in international trade, mostly sold on discount basis. Negotiable cash deposit. Short-term securities used by the banks. Commercial papers. Short-term unsecured commercial papers sold by a large reputed firms to raise cash. Repurchase agreements. And investors acquire short-term securities subject to a commitment from a banks to repurchase the securities on a specific date. Money market mutual fund. A pool of money market securities divided into the shares which are sold to the investors. So these are the type of. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you understand now management of cash, floats, and how to manage these floats. Hopefully you will enjoy this video and you will get a lot of information. Definitely if you are having any questions, please ask me. You can write on my chat box or give an email ID. Personally, you can also ask any question to me. But don't forget to like and subscribe my video before going for the other. You will get new informations, new knowledge soon.